Today we're talking about our FIRE plan to retire in 2024. Saving money for retirement can be the easy part, but figuring out how you're going to get to retirement and how you're going to fund it, that's tricky. Stick around and we'll tell you what our plan is for 2024.
If this is your first time, my name is Jean.
I'm Christine.
I'm gonna go and talk to us right away, so she's not gonna say anything else. We do live in Canada, we live in Toronto, and since the beginning of 2021, we have been sharing our journey to financial independence. And as Christine mentioned, we will be retired early. I mean, not retire, or maybe retire, I don't know. We keep flipping back and forth. We will be financially independent in 2024. What happens after that, my friends, we don't know. All that I know is that 2024 is gonna be our year.
If you guys remember way back at the very beginning, we were saying 2028, and then as a joke, we were kind of like, ooh, or 2024. But really, we found out that 2024 is a very real possibility for us, and it's now, in fact, our goal. So we shaved 4 years off simply by doing a few things that we want to share with you guys, and then we're going to let you know how we've planned out and how we figured out that 2024 was going to work.
Today, we will cover the foundation. That's like the basis and why we are doing, why we know it's possible. And next episode, we are gonna show the real numbers and you can see how and why we are gonna be able to achieve that.
Our whole drawdown plan is gonna be in the next video. Today's video, we just wanna set up how we got to this point. And we think that that's important so that, you know, if you guys are just starting or if you're halfway through or you're close, maybe you can take a look at some of the things we've sort of gone through and that might help you.
How many points are we covering today? 1, 2, 3, 4.
2 pages.
5, 6 points today. We are going to be covering 6 points today, and next video, as Christine mentioned before, the plan, the real plan. The first one is, what does retirement looks like for us?
Yeah, and that's different for every single person. But that's something that we talked about right back at the beginning of our channel. What did our FIRE dream look like? And I think that's really important because that's going to tell you how much, basically how much money you're going to need in order to fund that. So for us, we want to stop working at our current jobs and we want to travel. We want to slow travel the world. First of all, we're going to spend about a year in Brazil till we get this whole drawdown thing under control and we figure it all out. And just to spend some time in Jean's home country so I can get to learn the language. But we're going to be living in low cost of living countries, using a little geo arbitrage all over there as well to keep our costs down. Our dream is to travel and see the world. So the first thing was to find out what your FIRE dream or your retirement, what you picture it as being. And that's really important because if you don't have a goal and a vision of what you're working towards, it's very hard to follow through with the next steps. So step number 2 is
what have we done so far? And it's funny because even though we have been sharing this journey here with you since 2021, it goes back to 2019. That's when basically we decided to live together. As of today, of course, we are married, but back in 2019, we've had our conversation about, okay, we might be living together, even though I knew that we were gonna do this. And we said, let's talk about our financial situation. And we found out that we had quite a bit of debt, that in order for us to become financially independent, we would have to do this and, you know, get rid of the debt. We did that. There's a video that I'm gonna link up here when back on that time in 2019, we had around $60,000 in consumer debt. So we got rid of the debt. What else did we do?
Yeah. After we got rid of our debt, we started to invest very aggressively. We invested in dividend-paying stocks, ETFs, real estate, both in Brazil, and of course we have our home here in Toronto. And I think that really propelled us forward. And that, going right back to that very first thing where you vision your retirement. That's what kept us going. Paying off that amount of debt wasn't easy, but we had a goal, we had a vision, and we kept going. And now it's the same thing with our investments. We know where we're going, and we just keep plugging away.
Yes. What else have we done?
Oh gosh. Oh, we paid off a bunch of things too, right? So we're not going to be going, yes, we're going to have our debt of the house going into retirement. That won't be changing for a number of reasons we've covered in many videos, but we paid off everything else, with the exception of Jean's car, which hopefully will be done this year, but we paid for our wedding. We have no wedding debt left. We finished paying off our condo in Brazil, which is going to be our partial home during retirement as well, so we won't have any payments for that.
It's not only that, we also have to start investing quite aggressively, and we have been doing this, and you name it. So the first ones, as Christine mentioned before, is we are doing the Smith maneuver. If you are here in Canada, this is something that we basically use the equity of your home and use that money, you know, as a HELOC to invest. We have been doing this. If you are interested in knowing more about this topic, there's also a playlist that you can look. What else have we?
Jean does some swing trading to earn a bit of extra capital with those investments. I flip furniture on the side, so evenings and weekends are spent in my little shop painting. I also do mystery shops to generate a bit of extra money. We're just, anywhere we can find some extra cash to invest, we do it.
It never stops. I mean, as we do record this video, this is our third job, if I can say. We have still have our 9 to 5s. I mean, it's 9 to 5. I might even change that. I'm just gonna look up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 displays. It doesn't mean that, oh yes, we are able to do this, but my friend, we have to work hard, and we know we are okay with that. If you are not, that is also okay. But this is the pace that we want. We want to enjoy.
Yeah, we want 2024 to come soon, so we're willing to put all the effort up front so that we can slow down a little bit in a couple of years.
Another thing that we do, we also live in one salary, which is Christine's salary. So all the income that I receive from my corporation goes back to the corporation, and we can live with Christine's income.
So that just allows us to really bolster our savings potential. So we cut back on our expenses, we learned how to live a little less extravagantly, which, trust me, we still live quite well. And yeah, we're able to invest quite a bit. So the next thing, in order to achieve that retirement goal in 2024, after we envisioned what our retirement looked like, we took all the steps to pay off debt and start investing aggressively, the next important thing we needed to do was ensure that we had a diversified portfolio. So not only diversified in the investments that we're holding, ETFs, dividend stocks, real estate, rental income, stuff like that, but also our income streams. So we have a pension income that's going to be coming in, rental income, dividend income. In addition to all of that, we also diversified in the accounts that we hold.
Yes.
So each account has a different purpose.
Exactly. So as a Canadians, you are definitely familiar with the RSPs, the spousal RSPs, the margin account, the TFSAs, all of these accounts we have it. Tip for you, if you just started investing now, there is 2 videos that we recently posted about investing for beginners in Canada. There is a great manual that we also created, and we knew that by reading the manual that we shared with you, if we knew that before, we'll be like in a better situation as well.
So the diversification, what it really does is allows or will allow us to navigate all those ups and downs of the stock markets, really. Kind of like we're experiencing right now. Everything's dropping, but we're not worried because of all these different pieces that we've kind of put together.
Exactly. So just maximize as much as you can. If you are starting again, start with the TFSA. That's the most important one. The next topic is how much you're gonna need in retirement. How do we know how much you're gonna need? Well, if you're gonna go and do something, you need to budget. You need to know where your money is going to and how much you can spend per year. There's, the well-known, the 4% rule. We also create another video on, oh my gosh, we have created so many videos. There's another video on that, which is, what? I can't recall.
We're gonna put it there.
Yeah, I can't recall right now, but there's definitely another video where we share how to calculate your financial number.
Yeah, so for us, it was a little bit different. We're not necessarily withdrawing 4% of our investments. We're looking at it a little bit different because of the different income streams, the pension, the rental income. We're gonna try and live off of the dividend income from our investments. So we're aiming to receive $40,000 of after-tax money with our dividend payments. So that's our goal for reaching FIRE in 2024.
Even though we are not able to achieve $40,000 per year, it might be...
We're doing it.
Yeah, we are doing it, but in case, I always have a plan B. In case we are not able to achieve the $40,000 per year, we are gonna go and have to withdraw and sell some of the stocks or the positions that we have, which we don't intend to, but those numbers were also taken into consideration.
Yeah, and actually the plan that we were given or that we have generated actually shows that as the case. So we know that if that dividend scenario isn't planning out for us, we are going to be more than fine by taking a percentage of our investments out, much like the 4% rule or the 3% rule would be.
Exactly. If you have not subscribed yet, this is another good opportunity for you, and also hit the notifications button because you're going to see that in our next video.
Right. Once you have all of these things determined, you kind of got a really good picture and you're well on your way and you're headed towards your financial independence date, your retirement date, whatever it happens to be, you're gonna have to start thinking about some pretty important questions. When you're developing your drawdown strategy for retirement, you need to take into consideration when you're gonna start collecting CPP here in Canada, which is the Canadian Pension Plan, OAS if you live in Ontario, or OAS if you live in Canada, the old age statement. But these are all things that you need to think about because the earlier you take them, yes, you're going to get money sooner, but you get less money sooner. The longer you defer them, the more money that you possibly could get down the road. Now, all of this has tax implications that will need to be taken into consideration as well.
And we are I guess that we are sharing this because we are getting close, to the final line when we are ready to become financially independent. In your case, if you are just starting, don't worry about that. All that you need to do is spend less than you make, budget, keep track of everything and keep investing. That's all that you have to do now. Once it's time to start withdrawing with CPP and OAS or all these accounts, you have to have something else, and I'm gonna talk in a few seconds. Or is it now?
That's now.
Oh, okay, it is now. There we go.
Surprise!
In our case, we are not that smart. So the fact that we are not
well, we're smart.
But not for that.
No.
Right? So it's, at the end of the day, it's numbers. We need to make sure that we are on the right track. And we have decided to talk to a fee-for-service financial planner. That's what we have done just to make sure that we are on the right track. We actually spoke with two of them.
Yeah, two independent ones.
Yes, two.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so two independent individuals,
Yes.
Same numbers, ran the same scenarios, and came out with the same.
I will not say it's the same, but minor difference, why 1 or 2% more or less, which means that we are on the right track. And of course, we didn't talk to them on the same day, on the same time. We've had, a few, I guess, months in between
them. And the reason we went with the fee for only a financial advisor is because we're do-it-yourself investors, and I think a lot of us here are. But having that person that can run these scenarios, because they are quite complex and it involves a lot of, and it's the drawdown strategy, right? So how much are you going to take from your non-registered account? How much are you taking from your TFSA? And how much are you taking from your RRSP? And it's all to do with how much tax you're going to pay each year. And the idea is, obviously, to pay as little tax as possible. So it's a really fine balancing act about how much money you're starting with, the rate of growth of your investments. All of these things play into it, and it's quite amazing to see how it's all calculated out.
All that we have to do is to give the answers to their questions. And
there's a lot of questions.
There are a lot of questions, but I cannot emphasize enough the need to track.
We chose the fee-only financial advisor, but that doesn't mean that you have to follow that, or that you even have to hire an advisor in the first place. If you're really good with numbers and you can visualize all of this, all the power to you. Our brains don't work quite that way.
No. We are not that smart.
Yeah, but we didn't really need the financial investment advice, so we strictly went for the fee only.
Yeah, which is gonna help definitely in the long run. We still have a few questions to ask. I mean, as we are getting close and close, we know the things that we have done since 2019, they have been building up to where we are now.
Yeah, and it's something that's going to keep happening. This isn't like a one-time and one-time only deal. We're going to be in contact with our planner probably on a yearly basis, just to check in, see where we are. Can we take more? Should we take a little less? You know, things like that.
There are so many variables that we have to take into consideration. That's why we think it's important and even worth it, right? So if it doesn't work, you might be asking that. We can come back and work. Not Christine, me.
Yeah. There's no coming back for me.
There's no coming back for
Like, come
Christine,
back to
but
Canada.
in my case, yes, I will be more than happy to do it. But what we wanted to share with you today, if we were just going to summarize, what have we done so far? No, that's fine. We can see that we have papers.
So for us, it was really important, these 6 stages, I guess, of getting to the point where we're ready for our drawdown strategy. So the first one was to visualize what our retirement looked like. Without that goal, without that vision, it would have been very easy for us to get off track, you know, lose our way, lose momentum. But knowing what was down there, what we were aiming to do, really kept us motivated.
Having a diversified portfolio. We do invest in ETFs, we do have in Canadian dividend-paying stocks, US dividend-paying stocks, not a lot, but we still have a few, but not only that, and also real estate. So we also have a diversified portfolio, which is gonna allow us, you have to look at the bloopers, because there's 3 or 4 variations of that, which is gonna allow us to navigate the ups and downs.
Next, once we have our investments in place and all of that, we needed to really dial in on what our FIRE number was. How were we going to actually be able to afford this retirement vision, and how much was it going to cost us?
We also have to think when we wanted to start collecting CPP and OES. Christine has been, I mean, she was born here, she has been working here for so many years. In my case, as an immigrant, it's a little bit different because I'm not going to receive CPP in full just based on the number of years that I have been contributing to CPP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we needed to get all of our numbers together, our total investments, our average yearly spend, what we were going to need in retirement, how much we expected to earn over the next couple of years, all this kind of stuff, in order to get to the very last step that was going to allow us to formulate these drawdown strategies, which was...
Yeah, let's talk to somebody.
Yeah, we located 2 really great financial advisors, financial planners, fee-for-only ones, and I think we're going to put their names in the next video.
Yeah, maybe if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
if not, send us an email or, you know, send in the message. We are more than happy to share them with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're accepting new clients or not, but...
Yeah. But yeah, once we were, no, that's okay. Once we were there, once we had all those numbers, we decided on who we were going with. We shoveled all the information over to them and we sat back and waited. And in a week, we found out that 2024 was our new goal for financial independence.
Exactly. That's it?
Yeah, so next time around, I don't know if it's going to be the exact next video.
I hope so.
I think so.
Yeah.
So the next video, we're going to share with you the entire drawdown strategy that we have currently for our 2024 retirement.
Exactly. Do you want to clarify any questions related to the topics that I did mention today? Please do use the comments below, and we can even use that as a reference once we record the other video, which I have not recorded yet.
Yeah.
We can bring those answers to you. Just use the comments below.
Yeah. So that's it for this week. We just wanted to cover off everything that we needed to do in order to get to that point where we now have this wonderful drawdown strategy that's going to allow us to achieve financial independence in 2 years. 2 years!
It's getting close and close and close. Are you excited?
I am excited.
I am excited too, even though I don't show her.
So just real quick before we leave this week, we want to say thank you and hello to Oana. We spoke to her the other week via video chat. It was so nice to meet you. We had a great time chatting, so make sure you stay in touch and keep us posted on your financial independence journey.
Stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you in our next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good.
Good. Did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No! We have to do pictures.
Okay, go.
Now you have to look happy.
Yeah, I am happy.
Oh, that's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
So the third thing that we want to bring up is...
I don't know.
Oh,
what is it?
Oh. Okay, so let's do a little recap. Okay, so in order to achieve...
Sorry, I was not looking. Go. Which is gonna allow us to start receiving, which is gonna allow us to what?
Navigate the ups.
Yeah. Which is gonna allow...